Dialogue with Khuraira. If you're new to this platform, Dialogue with Khuraira is for people we call the unsung heroes. Who are the unsung heroes? These are incredible individuals doing great things in their various communities that you may not hear about them because the spotlight is not on them, but they're really changing lives every day. So we invite them so that they can share their story. Hopefully, they will mentor and inspire you to start doing something positive in your own community for the betterment of humanity. And today we have our one and only ambassador, Feson Ferdinand. I am really like bad with names. So, sir, I am so thrilled. I cannot wait. I will confess, I did not read that book, but I'm just seeing all the posts you are doing. I am dying to hear a lot more about it, and the fact that also I know that you are somebody who loves empowerment. And I would love you, as this is the tradition with Dialogue with Khuraira, because I always butchers people's name or cities or what have you. So I've made a promise that I will never do the introduction anymore. I will let you do your introduction, and then after you're done introducing yourself, then I will ask questions. And I'm hoping that also our guests will join in later to ask you questions. But we are all very excited to have you. And for our audience, I am so sorry I haven't been around for quite a bit, because as a mother, sometimes mommy's job comes first. And I'm very super proud of my son Jamil Muela, who goes to Bates College and is now studying abroad in England at Queen's Mary University, and he's going to major in math and data science. So I had to take him to England, to London to be exact, and to go around to show him all the tube. And the funny part of it, after 3 days, he's like, "Mom, you really don't have to stay. I got this." I'm like, "Seriously?" So that is why I had to cancel 2 appearances of Dialogue with Khuraira. I totally, really, really do apologize. But like we say, when you are a mother, no matter what, mommy's job comes first. So welcome, sir. And we cannot wait to hear about you and your book and all that you've been doing to empower people in your community and beyond. Welcome to Dialogue with Khuraira.
Thank you. It's a great pleasure. Thanks for the opportunity to share in my experiences and things that I've passed through. I truly want to appreciate the good work you have been doing. Truly, you might not know some of the things that you have been doing. Is the feedback usually comes from people that have had you, have experienced you, have seen you, have gotten in touch with you, and so many things. And I beg to tell you that you might not see the beginning. You have seen the beginning, but you don't know how the end will look like. But truly, we appreciate you for all the things you are doing, and we pray that the good Lord will give you good health, and He would now take you to the next level of what you did not expect before now. Thank you so much, and it's a pleasure to be here with each and every one of you that is watching, wherever you are. Sometimes it might be morning, afternoon, or night. I still remain Feson Ferdinand Fada. I am an ordinary man. I am from the north, and by the grace of God, I have passed through so many things in life. I have worked with the civil service before now, where I decided to jump into the entrepreneurial level, and what it's there for me to see. But when you work with the civil service, many a times you don't believe that there is a time that you need to bolt out, simply because even the tissue paper, you get it from the office, the car you use, every other thing. So nobody wants to leave civil service. That's why they keep changing their ages. But I've never done that. Even for once, I decided to stay where I am. And I couldn't fit in. I couldn't fit in.
We're gonna get
That's
to
why
that age stuff. So go on, sir. I actually gonna ask you about that age stuff. So let's go on, sir. I don't want to interrupt.
So I couldn't fit in. In fact, to buttress this, when I started the civil service work, as a clerical assistant, I opened my first corporate affairs registration of a company in 1994, 2 years
Wow.
after I
Oh,
started
wow.
civil service work as a clerk. Why was it so? Because when I was growing, I happened to be somebody who doesn't want to beg for money. So usually on Fridays, because Fridays are our market days,
Yeah.
so I will buy a stack of sugar cane, and
Mm.
I will get a boy, and I ask the carpenter to do a small table for me, and we will scrape the back and we'll cut them into pieces. Then we'll be selling them small pieces.
Yeah.
Then from morning till night, when they are done, I will now settle them, then take my share, and they will return back the table that we have. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, right from the onset when I was in secondary school, Fridays are usually our market days. So I will back a stack of sugar cane.
Mhm.
Then I will look for a boy, because I have boys in in our community. Then we have arranged a table where we could now place them on the strategic route where people passed.
Yeah.
So we scrape the back of the sugar cane, then we cut them into pieces, then we sell them pieces by pieces from the stack and from the particular stick that we had. So I was making money right from day one, knowing fully well that I
And
don't
how
like to
old
beg.
were you, sir, at that time?
I was around 14, 15.
Wow. Wow.
From 13, 14, 15.
Yeah.
I was doing that
Amazing.
back to back because,
Amazing.
yes, yes. So that was how the entrepreneurial spirit began right from onset. And my mom read home economics. So she used to do small cakes, pump pops, and the rest of the things. So I learned those ones from her. And
Yeah.
that gave me an edge not to beg for anything, rather look for money for myself. So that's where the entrepreneurial spirit began.
Wow, amazing. Great. So talk to us about this book. I mean, what and honestly, the timing is perfect. Literally. Because right now I think, the days of the big degrees and the PhDs are gone. Like everybody now is looking forward to skills because I mean, think of it. With all the degrees, how many jobs can the government give to you? But if you learn a skill, you'll be employed for life. So you introducing this book at this moment that even the government of Nigeria are like literally drumming it every every conference, everybody talking, they're talking about skills. How did you think of the timing, or it just happens that this is just the right time?
All right, let me begin from the beginning.
Yeah.
I am the founder of Treasure Mine Academy.
Okay.
And what is Treasure Mine Academy? I tried to understand what mine is all about. And I said mine is creative, and the condition and the environment and all experiences in life are as a result of our habitual and predominant mental attitude.
Okay.
Now, we in Treasure Mine Academy are determined to jumpstart this process
Okay.
where we believe that an attitude of the mind is necessarily depend on what you think,
Mhm.
because in life you are as a result of your thought.
Yeah.
Now, and I've said, okay, if that is the case, so how do we now bring out this power? How do we bring out this secret and
Mhm.
the achievement of this possession of what people have it deposited in their head? And that is the mind. So
Mhm.
we need to jumpstart this process. And that was where the establishment of Treasure Mind Academy was formed. So from that, we try to let you understand that everything that you have in the world is from within.
Yeah.
Everything you see, no matter how small, no matter how big, is first created in the mind
True.
before you see it in the literal space.
Yeah.
So that was why I now said, okay, part of the things that I need to do in order for people to know that this is true, I need to print a book, published a book.
Yeah.
So and I said, okay, in life, all of us, no matter who you are, there's a deposit of a talent, of ability, of innovation and creativity that God Almighty has deposited in you.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't feel the need to do that solely because, one, I told you from the story initially, you depend on government because you work with the civil service.
Yeah.
Second one, you depend on your parents because they are wealthy, they're well-to-do in the society.
Mm-hmm.
Then thirdly, you depend on the next person that when you beg for something, they will give you. I remember from the beginning, I told you I hate to beg.
Yeah.
And that was some of the things that started the process within me to
Yeah.
see that no matter how it is, people need to know that no matter how it is, for you to succeed in life, you need to be innovative. For you to succeed in life, you need to be creative. And you have all these things deposited in you. But the problem is people don't want to expose themselves into the level where they see such possessions that God has given into them to be seen.
Yeah.
Because some of them are lazy, some of them are comfortable, but some of us that passed through hell and high water, we knew that there's something for us outside
We don't
what
have
we
a
have been
choice.
seeing.
We don't have a choice.
That's where we are. So the bad thing of innovate and succeed came as a result of saying that every entrepreneur must first of all change his mindset that is doable. I can make it no matter who I am in the world. That's number one. An entrepreneur, no matter how they started, you know that there's something they are providing to the world, and that is what we call a solution. So if you know that within you is a deposit of a solution to the dying world, to the decaying world, to the world that is been looking forward to who is an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
you will come out. And that was why I formed is a guide. My book is like a guide because from beginning you will see what do we say you have to do is you change your mindset first. Because if the mindset is not
Actually,
changed, there is nothing you can do.
I read a little bit of a snippet of it, and you were talking about this young girl, and I'm like already in it, and I said, okay, you know what, I will when I have time, I'll do everything, but I'm gonna, you obviously you tell us a lot about it. Yeah, you're right. It's all about man's mindset, and also about your comfort zone. So a lot of people, like you said, either they're lazy, they have the parents to provide, and what have you. But so this the academy you have, it's like you train people to become skills in skills, or what is the academy about?
Yeah. The overview of the academy, just like I said, our vision is to make people discover that there is a world within, so that this world is a world of thought, a world of feelings, a world of power, a world of light, a world of life, a world of beauty, a world of visibility from the invisible world. And when we talk about something that is invisible, we are talking about your subconsciousness, because many a times you cannot create anything without going to your subconsciousness.
So
And the
true.
subconsciousness is a place where you create everything that is in the world. You create anything that is visible. The subconscious world is what gives the President Elon Musk the ability to create something that was never before in the world. And you can never be in your subconsciousness where it's noisy. You be in your subconsciousness where it's calm, cool, and calculated, where you see nature, where you deliver what the heaven and God will give to you. Because if you are in a noisy environment, take for instance with me, I say, can you hold something in your hand? You said, yes, I'm holding. I said, let me give you something in that same hand. Obviously, you won't be able to collect it because the hand is occupied.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with your mind. If your mind is not decluttered, if your mind is occupied with noise, there is no anyhow you can receive anything from anywhere. So first, you go to a calm place, noiseless place, where it's not noisy. You and the nature and God will deliver that which you want exactly. And that is what we do. So first, we said, what do we do as our module in Treasure Mine Academy? We said we need to first start with entrepreneurship and skills development, where we said we'll be doing programs where people could develop entrepreneurial spirit through the change of their mindset, their skills development. Because right now, like you said earlier, skills pays the bills.
Yeah. Oh,
Without
I
any
like that.
skill,
Skills pays the bills. I like that.
yes, without any skill, no bill will be settled.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So you must be doing something tangibly, adding value so that people could leverage on such value and exchange for a tender legally, where you will now change it to something that will improve you. Because many a times, a lot of people have been taking what they have worked for, like the remuneration, like the reward. But they will tend to use those words in order to impress the next person that does not know they are impressing them.
It's so true. It's so
We will say always use what you have to develop on yourself so that at the end of the day, you keep developing yourself. You get to a level where all those things you need to develop have been fused together. Then you can now be someone that can change the society, someone that can change your environment, someone that can change your place. But you cannot be this change if all that you think about is something that I will impress, I will please someone who is close to me. You know, that's what we believed in.
yeah,
Each
yeah.
time you see somebody who has 100,000 or less, they want to tell the next person that they have arrived. You cannot arrive on this site.
Well, and another thing is like it also what gets a lot of people in trouble, try to impress other. But hearing what you're saying about thinking of the skills and what have you, there's spirituality around there too, which is like so
Mm,
beautiful because a lot of the time, and I think that is why so much of us are lost, because people have forgotten to understand that whatever gift you have, already is ordained. It's already been destined. I can say, I don't know. Let me not use the spiritual. It's already been
no, it's okay. It's
uh,
okay.
destined
Well,
for
we're
you.
spiritual beings living in the body.
Yeah. So, and it is sometimes some of us get, depending on who you're surrounded with, lose it along the way, you know. And hearing you saying this, and I'm happy that it's written in your book. People need to understand that they have to like really be thankful that there's already the maker up there that is telling us, listen to that little voice, because that little voice cannot be heard in a very noisy place, right? You have to like get
Yes.
yourself out of there. Like for me, a lot of things, a lot of ideas come to me in the middle of the night. A lot of
Yes.
ideas come to me when I'm driving, that
Yes.
is why I do long distance driving, and people ask me, are you crazy, you drive 7 hours and back? That is really my me time, and that's where a lot of ideas come to. And like when you said that you need to be in the quiet, I totally got it just from when you are saying. And that little voice need that silent place to do so. I'm glad you have that in the book. But now let's look at, honestly, I was so excited when I saw that your book was about skills. You know how passionate I am about skills. And and especially also our country Nigeria, where it is really needed, not just our country Nigeria, but also part of the country where you both and I come from, which is the northern part of Nigeria, where people are all, is either I'm waiting for my uncle that is in the government to connect me to get a government job, or my aunt, or my what have you. And then you have jobs all around you that are untapped, and you're sitting there with your first degree, second degree, master's, PhD, and waiting for a government job that will never be coming in the next 20 years. Well, you could have done what you said you did with the sugar cane, so you don't beg. So what would you say to like someone that, do you have like a copy of your book so you can like show it? Do you have it? Don't tell me you don't have
Yes,
the
I do.
copy. Yeah, so
I
like,
do.
yeah, so they're like lit to like look for this, and learn. And what would you tell like these young people that are constantly like getting these degrees and thinking and filing these degrees and waiting for to be called for police position or immigration? And my nephew, he will not leave me alone for like 10 years. He's still waiting to get into the police. I'm like, Abakar, I will give you capital to go open a little shop. No, 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 auntie, I'm waiting. Oh, God. So he could have been a millionaire by now for that 10th birthday, but he's still waiting to get employed by the police. So what would you like say to a lot of the young, and that is the norm in a lot of the young people back home, you know?
Yeah, I am so glad that I am part of the solutions to my people,
Yeah.
and that makes me happy. And one of the things that I've done throughout the book in itself is to ensure that the book stands as a guide from the beginning.
Okay.
When you open the book and from the chapters, I did 9 chapters for the Innovate and Succeed.
Yeah.
I did, first of all, in life, what you need to do from the book, I said is a guide, is to ensure that chapter 1 is mind shift for success. When your mind has been shifted to from the normal, because all that we are doing from the beginning is normal. You tend to have everybody go make the good grades, get the degree, and ensure that yes you have the credits and all the things. The next thing to do is go and look for a job, white collar job, or you wait and for instance somebody your uncle will give you this and that. One of the things that so bad in that regard from the onset, what we've got as normal is the fact that people are taking out, let me call it the way it should be, stealing money. So you feel like if you grow in those career, there's money for you, there's car for you, there's house for you, and you can do anything, and you can do influence, employment for someone, and the rest of the things. So those are the issues that people think they are normal. That's why jumping out from the wagon to the unknown world is different. And that's why this book stands as a guide to guide you from the beginning to the end. Here we said when you change your mindset, we say chapter 2, you do a goal setting and planning. Then chapter 3, you do building a team. One of the things that kills a business is the team. If you did not associate yourself with the right team and you don't gather your team that are thinking the way you are, or they are doing the things that they see you do, obviously your team will mess you up.
Yeah.
So for our people, go to the unknown world. It pays better because here you are, you will do what it takes. You will find a time to do whatsoever you feel like doing, even out of your schedule. Then you are now being the master of your time.
Yeah.
How do we start? I didn't write a book. There was an example I did right from the beginning. So we did a feast that started with what can we use? What can we do from what we have? It might interest you to note that presently some of the products that I have created are in NAFDAC waiting for approval.
Yeah.
And guess what they are? From the north, we have baobab tree, the leaves. We call it kuka.
Yeah.
And kuka is a soup that every house must have, must have soup. We have done that, and we have done that to dry the leaves in an hygienic environment where people could do, and we package them in such a way that will be acceptable worldwide, globally, because we are not thinking here.
Yeah.
The next one that we did was a dry okra that we know. From
Which
the
are
dry
all
okra,
things
since
that people want to use.
we have dry tomatoes, because keeping tomatoes in our areas, whenever is the season, you will see them in multiples.
Yeah.
But the moment the season has ended, you won't see it any longer. So we say we dry them.
Yeah.
Then we dry the pepper that we have. Then we are doing that is our local seasoning. All those ones we have. Then we have dry onions, spring onions. We have done that. We have tested them and they were good in the market, and we have sent them to NAFDAC for this. These are the things that are closer to our people because they live with it each day.
Yeah.
And they don't think that there are something that they need to liberate on. people in the cities need all these things we are thinking about.
Definitely.
And
Yeah,
our people are thinking there's no need. So these are some of the things that we have started before writing the book. So we have done that, and the book will stand now as a guide, even up to the stage where you will know what to do with your customers. They are there.
yeah.
Because the customer sector, you know what your customer wants. You
Mm-hmm.
know the quantity he feels like. Because
Mm-hmm.
we would like to have it in small quantity, medium quantity, and large quantity. So
Yeah,
you know what it takes in order to be a financial manager.
yeah,
Because all these things that we are thinking about in business, people think, since it's my business, each money I get from the business, I will now chop it. And let me spend it. Not knowing that there's a difference between the capital and the profit.
yeah.
So we taught them in the book, it's there in the book.
And then
Then the marketing,
you also need the cash flow. That
yes, you
is
need the
the
cash flow.
biggest misconception, because people just feel capital and profit, that's it. But what about the cash flow? Because that's
Yeah,
what the business. In
yeah. so, so in the book, we taught them about mindfulness and well-being, because there's one thing about business. A lot of us have been into this. You are working for your health.
Yeah,
Instead of the health to be working for you, we tend to develop high blood pressure, not resting from all the work. So in the book, we said there is a time to pause and
yeah,
rest and
yeah,
think about what you need to do. So we have written it down. We have taught them about the key things that they need to do. Then some of the bonuses we taught them is even risks, because sometimes you just feel like divine providence will take me there. Whatsoever happen will happen. No, there is a risk factor. And what do you do when the risk comes to mitigate them? So
and
in
like
the
I
book,
always tell people, yes, we know that God's whatever we are destined that it's going to happen, but God didn't say that
yeah,
you just need to be sleeping and then He will come down and make the destiny for you. He had given you the mindset, the health for you to go out there and make things happen for you. But our lazy people, God will provide. God will provide. He's sitting in front of His house. God will provide. And he is waiting for God to come down from heaven to come and provide for him. So I like those kind of people. What do you say to them? I mean, talking about what you're talking, before actually we go that, we get there.
yeah,
Another thing that I don't know if you have it in the book, but this is
yeah,
really a crazy mentality back home. You start a business and you are like the hottest cake at that time in that area. Everybody goes to you. Then you start growing wings. Your customer will come. You will stand there. For the customer will stand 30 minutes, 40 minutes, not even a hello, because you're looking at your checking account. You have all this money. So customer service is like zero. So what do you tell people, especially that you're talking about? What do you tell them? I hope you said something about that, because that is it's a really bad thing back home. Customer service is horrible. Oh God. I knew
that,
you would.
here we call it customer-centric mindset.
Okay.
When we said customers is always right. So let me just take it. And we said in this chapter, we explore the key principle of customer-centric mindset and provide some strategies for creating a culture for prioritizing your customer.
Yeah.
We'll discuss the benefit of customer-focused approach, including increase the loyalty, your brand awareness, and the profitability. Because one of the things that you have always forgotten is when a mother chick does not have water,
Mhm.
does not have food, she can't produce egg.
Yeah.
When
True.
a customer is not happy, he won't tell the next person about you.
Yeah.
And there,
And
your
they're not
business has
coming
gone.
back. Yeah.
So, customer, like they said, is a king. But we said the best way to find yourself, not to lose yourself in those series, is to ensure that your customers are always satisfied with your services. Is there in the book. We said these are the things that we need to do in order to create these customer-centric things. We
Mhm.
said, don't forget that you need to focus on the culture that involves them and involves you, so that they will feel that they are part and parcel of such product.
Yeah.
Little no wonder, right from beginning, like I said, I told some people, I said, When we're growing up, each time they are sending us to the market, they will say, go and buy Maggi.
Mm.
I grew up with this mentality, not knowing that Maggi is a brand name, is not the name of a
Yeah,
product.
yeah. Yeah, and there are some that are it's the copy cards, but this Maggie is always number one. I
Number one,
Yeah,
because it's doing well to
yeah,
everyone and they liked it.
yeah,
Nido was there when we were growing up. Go and buy Nido. We didn't know that is the name of a milk.
yeah. It's true. And that is what it translates about branding. It's about the
That
culture.
is it.
It's about what they're selling to you and consistency in all of that. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So
but that is
we
amazing. So you have everything covered in terms of
yeah,
skills, what they need to do, what they need to have to become successful. But then, how do you get them out to do that? Is the key.
like we said, for every product in the market, no matter how beautiful it looks like, it passes through three stages.
Yeah.
The first of all is a stage in which it's been introduced. Then the next stage is the stage of maturity. Then the last one is the expiry. That's why branding and rebranding are always. That's why each time you see a corporate organization, a product is being changing the color, the
Mhm.
way it's being fashioned, the packaging, and the rest because it has reached its maturity and it has expired.
Yeah. Yeah.
So each time you're coming into a business, know that for a fact that no matter what and how beautiful, wonderfully is my product, it will someday expire. So
Yeah.
what do I do next is to add more value. That's why from the beginning, if you see all the phones, mobile phones we had were keypad.
Yeah.
Then they started with the soft touch. Now we have a flip, we have everything. And I
We have
bet
the
to tell you,
screen. We have the
next
screen.
time, next time, most of our phones we will be talking to the phones and
I
they'll be
know.
acting.
What are you talking about now? I swear to God, my phone is listening to me because I don't even have to say it. My smartphone think what I say. I mean, writes what I think because I don't even say it. I'm just thinking it that I'm going, and then my phone would advertise something on my feed based on what I've been thinking. It's crazy. I think
It
what they
is
call it, the
the
AI.
AI. Yes, yes,
It's incredible. I mean, and I think coming back, I watched a movie on the plane about the story of BlackBerry. How
mm,
sad! BlackBerry was like the biggest, hottest, and then came iPhone, and
yeah,
and they had like a 65%, I think, market share. Now
yeah,
they have zero market share,
yeah,
and again, all because they were not listening to their customers.
yeah,
Bottom line, there was conflict
yeah,
within the company, and greed
yeah,
came into the whole thing, and a
yeah,
beautiful idea got destroyed, and
mm,
iPhone took over. So yeah, people need to understand, as no matter how super talented you are, how beautiful your business is doing, there's another super talented person coming along. So in order to, the only way you can keep yourself going is always innovating yourself, and
yeah,
obviously respecting and appreciating your customer and being accommodating and understanding that actually the customer owns you. You don't own the customer.
yeah,
And
yeah.
and I think that well, I don't know. Here we got it. Here we got it. We know you don't mess with your customers. But I think
Mm,
back home, I don't know, maybe now with the training of the skills, and then do you see that maybe in the future, what you're doing, you can partner with like the university or vocational schools whereby this can, because it's not everybody can afford a private school to come to you to get the training. But I think if you're able to like even start with one state, now that they're all going crazy with this whole skills and have it, because people need to get to start to know that from even primary school. Second, well, maybe not primary school, but like a middle school. SS3 or something. No, now junior secondary school, you call it, right? So
Mm.
I think like people need to start by the time they are finished with their high school, especially in our communities, whereby a lot of probably 50% of people graduating high school may not make it to secondary school. So
Yeah.
it's to have that training in secondary schools and giving that option in case you didn't make it to university, that you can actually make a living, you know and I think that maybe if you do that, that will help me. I like I said, I love skills. I started in EABU. I was going to be an accountant. I love math. Thank God all my kids took the brain. They're now all they're doing the math. And when I came here, I started school because I have to start all over again because I'm
Yeah.
coming from the British system to America. And
Yeah.
my second year of community college, because I didn't have all the things that I have to go straight into college. And by the time I
Okay.
finished my associate degree, I was already working in makeup, and I was in love with makeup. And I said, okay,
Wow.
I am making enough money doing this, and I actually can make this beyond a makeup artist. I can create
Mm.
a brand, I can create jobs, I can work, and I'm doing what I love. So
Mm.
fast forward 30 years now,
Mm.
and
Mm.
never worked for after working, obviously I worked for companies to get me to the point where I am. And that's also another thing that I think we can talk about with the skills,
Mm.
people feeling that they are too big to learn from others, which is like the biggest mistake back home. Is that experience is key, going
Yeah.
out there to
Yeah.
learn from others, especially the ones that have the name, gives you credibility. And I really think that that is what helped my brand, and helped my makeup services. The fact that I have worked with these huge companies, and not
Companies.
just in the US, but I also train makeup artists in
Mm.
America, Canada, and the
Wow.
UK. So I have that
Wow.
in my profile, of what I have accomplished. So now when someone I said, "Oh, this is my brand," and they read my, they're like, "Okay, she deserved to say she has a cosmetic brand." But I
Yeah.
I think back home we really don't think of the importance of that. So we have family members that can give you 100 million naira because that money is gotten from no hard work anyway. It's gotten from the
Yeah.
government. And then you go
Yeah.
and decide to do what you're doing. Like
Yeah.
open academy like yours. They have no
Yeah.
experience, nothing. Just go get your book and start following to see that that's how they're going to do the thing. And that
Yeah.
happens. You know that, right? It
Yeah.
happens a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
What do we tell
Definitely.
people? What do we tell people like that?
One of the things that I said that we need to change as a normal is the normal way of us doing things. In the book, we try to tell you how you could create those things that you think you cannot create. And just like we said in life, that if you think you're poor, you definitely you're going to be poor. If you think you're rich, obviously you'll be rich. If you think you cannot make it, obviously you cannot make it. If you think you will help the community through the service and the value deposited in you, obviously you will be, because every one of us is as a result of the accumulation of such thought that keeps on coming, keeps on moving, keep on radiating, keep on grinding, and you're moving it from one level to the other, and until such thoughts have become so certain within you that yes, I know I can make it. Now, one of the things we would try to do, and we are doing, is to ensure that we create that mindset of positivity. Because every time you see people around, they live with the negative. I don't think I'm part of the people that God has this thing that they're going to make it in the world. Can't you see the way things are happening with me? If I do like this, sometimes this thing will go this way. I started this business and this business went this. So people have lived with this factor that they are the people that will not make it in life. So part of the things I'm trying to develop is to develop mind development clinic. We'll be going around, we'll be teaching you, we'll be telling you, we'll be empowering you so that you will know that you as a human being. You need to build up your faith in you.
Yeah.
No matter how many times you pray, if it's financially, you cannot be rich.
It's true. You
Every
have to change your
finance,
mindset.
you have to change your mindset. Every finance breakthrough comes with a value that you are adding. So if you pray money to come from heaven to you, God wouldn't do that. There is a value within you. What are you exchanging it for?
Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of people have this value. You can't believe it. Now, people think until you become big that you don't add value.
Yeah.
We said the plumber,
Mhm.
what are you doing that separates you from the other person? The electrician, the tailor, what are you doing that separates you from the next person? What value are you adding? What other things that are you doing that people will say, I love to go to this person's workshop because he knows how to do it well. He knows how to price it well. He knows how to tell you the exact thing. Unlike some people wanted to make 1 million in one day. It's not possible
Yeah.
until you
That's why
grow
they
from
get it.
one level to the other.
Yeah.
We're having Ponzi scheme around because people tend to believe that when you put 50,000, you have 500,000 naira.
Yeah.
Who does the work for you?
Mm-hmm. No work.
So
Yes.
people
Oh,
now work.
yeah. Yeah.
So right from the onset, just like you said, what are you doing in order to help? The Shimile's entrepreneurial journey is for somebody at age 7 upward. It's a journey that the person began, the Shimile. Shimile started the journey, her entrepreneurial adventure. What was she doing? A journey of her dreams. So when she gets to certain levels, she met this kind of people. She met that other type of people that are good in this, that are good in that, that are doing this, that are doing some things that she does not know. But first of all, she needs to build this entrepreneurial spirit first.
Yeah.
So we want to know, we want to tell the children to know that they can start building right from the onset. They don't need to wait.
Yeah.
We have been experiencing such a bad environment at the moment simply because parents tend to do almost everything for their children, and we don't get to see the development of this talent built in them.
Yeah. Yeah. So true.
Every parent you see around wants to give the child a house,
Yeah. Yeah.
wants to give the child a car.
You know the thing is, I think it's all about the environment. You know that, right?
Yes, I like that. I like that.
Because I am, I'm very traditional. I'm people don't even believe I'm in America the way I am with things that I do in Nigeria. They won't even believe I live in America. That's how much like a traditional I am. But here, my kids, I didn't even have to tell them. It's from school. Literally from school at 16, they are told by the time you are 17 years, you must have a driver's license. No if or but about it. I don't know how you're going to find that car. Even if you don't have a car, you must have a driver's license. And then secondly, by 17, you have to have a driver. 18, you're done with your high school, get into college. If you decide not to go to college, don't even think that you're going to depend on your parents. You have to start finding a way to survive. And so even though my kids are sheltered, I mean, they don't have to do anything. I get surprised when they are home. They're like, Mom, I have to find a job. Mom, I have to. I'm like, you have a lot to study. Why do you have to? Like, no, Mom, I need to work. And you will see them on the computer looking for this job, looking for, right? We have like a family chat. They're sharing idea. Oh, I just got interviewed. This are 18 and 19 and 20-year-olds. They're already like planning what they're going to be when they graduate university. They are planning summer school. When they have summer break, they're not staying home doing anything. They must have a job. So it is not, it is the system. Like it's not, and I think that is what we need to go back to in Nigeria or Africa as a whole. We had to start it from the school. Remember, I know that you and I, we must be around the same age bracket. Remember when we used to do lambu when we're in primary school? You know what I mean? We have to go and see our headmaster's backyard. We have to go and do all of, you know what I mean?
Watering.
there is a garden that
Plant him,
the
put
school
a manure.
do. So it's
Yeah.
like, what happened to that? What happened to Norman Gaya? You know,
Babu. No, it's not there. It's
everybody
not.
is becoming so, and they want to be so westernized that they are.
Yes.
Westernization is that they are financially independent.
Yes.
Do you understand? We
Absolutely.
want to be
Yeah, absolutely.
westernized, but we want to at the same time depend.
Mm.
Do you understand? I don't want to do all these things to help my people or my community, but I need you to support me when I need help. That's our people. While
Yeah.
the West here is that I am at this age. Don't even think, Mom, you need to worry about me. My kids are telling me, Mom, you can do whatever you want because when we're done with college, we're not coming home. So whatever you want to do,
Great.
do your thing. This in Nigeria, you will never hear that. You are hearing
Mm.
people tell you, I am finishing with college, I'm coming home, I'm working, I'm keeping the money, partying, not even helping the family. And I'm not planning to live until I'm 40 or whatever the age is. Do you understand? So I think
Yes.
it's not even just the family. I think it's the educational system that need to be tweaked, to go back
Yeah.
to how we used to be. And that educational system we had at that time, it used to be when we were colonized.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
that is when all those things used to happen. Where you have
Mm-hmm.
you have to go and fix the headmasters and your school teacher or what have you, or the school. The school had a garden, remember?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you have to rotate to go and clean the school toilet.
Yes.
That is your punishment for the naughty ones. The ones that don't listen. That's your punishment. You must go clean the toilet. So
Me, I dig the hole to my size. I dig the hole. That's capital punishment.
but we laugh about it. It is what we go back to. That
Yeah.
extra curriculum activities. I keep
Yeah.
anytime I have someone that has to do with education or has to do with empowerment, I keep drowning this. And I hope that somebody in Nigeria in the educational system will remember. I'm sure all of them, the ministers, they are our age. They know
Yeah.
about all this lambu business.
They do.
What do you call that in English? When you all come together to
We call it cooperative. Cooperative.
yeah, exactly. When you all help each other, you know what I mean? So these are some of the things that we need to go back to. That
Yeah.
valuing each other, respecting. Here they do it differently. They call it community service here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and in
Yeah.
order for you to get into really good universities, you must show that you have been doing community service, giving back to your community.
Great.
Before you
Great.
any good, especially if you're going to like the really good colleges here in America, you must show that you have some
Wow.
leadership skill. Yeah, you must.
Wow.
You
Wow.
cannot get into schools like Harvard or Princeton and all these things if you're not showing that you're really working to give back. You're already a leader in your community and you're giving back to your community. It's a must. So
Wow.
even
Wow.
regular universities here, you must show that you are doing something to give back to your community. So why
Great.
can't you do that? And that is what gets kids out of trouble. It gives them sense of purpose, through that what they learn, because they are forced to do that to get into good university, it becomes second nature to them by the time they get to the university. And that's where like
Sure.
the Zuckerberg and all of that came up with the idea of working as a community and creating product that now we are all dying to buy or to use.
To buy.
So I'm thinking that honestly, you should not stop there with your book. You should not stop there with your academy. I think you need to reach out to the Ministry of Education and see how they can partner with you and have this back in high schools. We need such things.
Yeah. Some of the things that we're even trying in order to buttress what you're saying is to have innovation hub around every community, around every school, so that what the person is coming there to do is as soon as you get in, there will be a locker to put your
Yeah.
phone in there. There will be free internet services. So it's between you and your thought and
Yeah.
what you intend to have in the place. So that from there you can now develop a creative nature of a human being that you think to want to have.
So
Because
true.
sometimes this distraction of phones, because sometimes when you look at the phone, it looks like I can't do without them. So
Yeah.
they are distracting a lot of people. And guess what? Instead of them to leverage on the phone availability to make money, they are not. They are, you see them checking out YouTube, checking out TikTok, checking out all the stuff they want to. Instead of them to say, how can I create this? How can I? Like I told them before, I said, whenever they said go and research on something, then when we were in school, you have to look for a library.
Yes.
Sometimes in the entire village, there's no library until the
And
next town.
yes,
You will go to library and you will do turn by turn in order to get books to come and read.
it's
But
true.
here you are, whatsoever you need, the smartphones gives it to you. And you're not
Yes.
leveraging the technology. So
Yes.
in the book for the children, there is a place where we said they need to talk about the leveraging of this technology that is within them. Let them not use it for the negative part, but use it
Yeah.
for the positive part.
So
So
true.
that eventually at the end of the day, the technology will tell you what you need to do, how to go about it, and who to meet. Because one of the things about development of any entrepreneurial product, if you don't have a community that is doing the same thing that you are doing, it don't get you to anywhere. And
Yeah.
there's no anyhow you can have it. So you need to have a community that is doing what you are doing, so
Mm-hmm.
that you can now say, okay, oh, I have seen in Facebook there's a group that is dealing with produce, there's
Yeah.
dealing with agricultural
So you
processing,
are
there's
learning to
dealing with
improve yourself.
something.
You're learning to get
Yes,
better yourself, because
yes,
self-improvement is another thing that also a lot of people don't take advantage of. They just do the degree or whatever. They don't think of like, okay, what else can I learn? Or even a trade. Even if you learn the
yes,
trade, you always try
yes,
to innovate and do different things so you can stay relevant, is important that way. So
yeah.
I
And
really
part of the book we have a mentoring section in the book.
okay.
I did it as a model where you need to, no matter what it is, have a mentor that guides you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Sometimes there are some things you want to go into, but someone has gone ahead to do them and they have been doing well in such, but
Yeah,
you don't know how they were able to navigate through those experiences of the failures. Just like you said the other time, you need us to talk about the failure. How
yeah,
can one leverage on, so
yeah.
that at the end of the day, it wouldn't be something that kills you, but it's something that makes it possible for you to launch into the deep.
Sure,
Because
sure.
failure, sometimes people are thinking failure is final. The moment
No,
you fail, that's
actually,
the
it's
end of
a
life.
revival. Because because when you fail, then you if you're a fighter, you would think, what did you do that you failed? Are you really gonna give up, or you gonna rethink and recalculate what had gone wrong and then start over again? And then you have learned all the mistakes that you made to fail. Now you are able to avoid them and now look for better ways to do things. So it's actually I look at it as a rebirth, you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
don't feel because you fail that that's the end of you. It actually should push you to want to do better. and and
yeah.
and I think also in regard to mentorship is very important, but I also find out our people are kind of a little bit selfish when it comes to mentoring, like I was anytime, like you share people, like what I'm talking about. You share people. This is what I just noticed about our people. We don't like
Mm,
celebrating each other's successes. Like
mm,
me, I get so attached to people that are smart. I love smart people. I love
mm,
people that I can learn from. I have no issue appreciating people's successes. I actually love to see
mhm,
people succeed.
mhm,
But I think because people are in an environment where we are, that they are afraid to show success because people are not happy for them, maybe
yeah,
that's why they can't even do the mentoring. Because I
yeah,
think we are lacking mentorship a lot.
Yeah.
in our community.
Yeah.
You know, here
Yeah.
we have this group of business owners, like, you know, Fortune 500 CEOs. You know, they're in
Yeah.
their 70s, they're retired, they made all this money, and they go to their local communities and like the chambers of commerce, and then create a club there whereby young entrepreneurs go there and they help them to put together business plans, put to
Yeah.
put give guide them on what to do and not what to do to succeed. We don't have
Yeah.
such things. We don't.
No at all. No,
You
not
know,
all.
and we have
No.
so many success, incredibly success. Look at the other day when I was sharing, I was shocked to see this seed. Like, Dialogue with Khuraira had given me an outlet to learn that I never knew Ariwa had so many incredible, brilliant people until I started
Absolutely.
doing Dialogue with Khuraira, you
Yeah.
know? And I
Yeah.
find it sad that when you share such people, you get attacked for sharing success. Why? This is a way for our young people to look up, to learn, and to understand that for Mr. Faison to be who he is, it didn't happen overnight. This
Never.
is where he went. This is how he got there. But we don't share it. And I really think that that is also some of the things. Honestly, if I'm spending more time in Nigeria, this is something that I really want to push.
Yeah.
Mentorship.
Yeah.
Mentorship is very, very important. Every
Yeah.
community in
Yeah.
Nigeria should have mentors
Sure. Have it.
that can
Yeah.
sacrifice at least 1 hour of their time a week, even if it is via
Yeah.
Zoom, to encourage
Yeah.
somebody, especially the successful ones that they see. Even if the politicians that people see, that those politicians also have a journey. You
Yeah.
know, they have stories. You know,
Yeah.
everybody has a story. Every
Yeah.
successful person has a story. So
Definitely.
why can't you share that story? Why are we holding it back? Even in Christianity or Islam, it says that you should go and educate. When you
Yes.
educate, you are blessed. So
Yes.
what is it? What am I missing something? What is it that people don't like mentoring? Why?
Maybe let me buttress on this part. Probably the issue is they are not doing a clean business.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you are not doing a clean business, you wouldn't want to share the secret of the uncleanness of such business.
I see. Okay,
Maybe.
I get you.
Then the second one, they tend to forget that the new competition now is collaboration.
Yeah, yeah,
When you want to compete, collaborate. So that one is bringing this idea, the second one is bringing the idea, the next one is bringing such idea, so that it will make them become whomsoever they want to be.
yeah.
Then the last aspect I'm thinking about could be a situation whereby they felt if they are doing that, they wouldn't reduce the journey for someone. Because if you share your experiences, nobody wants to pass through that level. You have reduced the journey for the person.
But you cannot get to a certain point without actually doing the labor to get there.
Simple.
You know,
And that's why today,
but
yes.
I think like well, anyway, we're gonna change that. We're going
No,
to
we are changing it.
through
We are
Etsy,
changing it.
through Etsy, we're gonna change that
We
because
have a platform.
we're going to have that platform of mentors. We're going to find them in different aspect of the economy, and we will
Yeah.
do it free of charge for our youth to
Yeah.
better our youth. Because if we do that, you have no clue. You spending maybe 1 hour of your time, you think it's a lot. What you will
Yeah.
impact on someone. I remember my first guest this last year,
Okay.
Ture Graphics. He does he's a computer. He's an IT person, and he
Okay.
sharing how he was in Jigawa. He was teaching. He got these young people and started showing them little things. And the next thing is that they were so captivated that they are running to see when he can come back next.
Wow.
And instead of like going after school to run around and do things in the city, they stay around to wait for him. So these kids are hungry. They are starving for the likes of you and I and many other people that can actually just spare time. And I really think that we will be able to do that with Atsi. I think,
Absolutely.
and especially that we have platforms across the 19 northern states, including,
That is it.
FCT. We just have to ask, even like kids that have finished and don't have any job to do, they can
Yeah.
mentor kids that are in secondary school. That
Yeah.
it's all about giving support, and there are some kids, they don't even have an educated person in their family.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and they are in school, they have nobody to communicate with.
Yeah.
So imagine if we are even able to give them that platform, somebody to tell them you are smart, somebody to tell them you are trying, somebody to tell them I'm proud of you. Those are just three few words that you can say to a young mind that can really transform that young man's life. And we are,
Absolutely.
you know, so yeah, amazing, amazing, amazing. So now, what is next for our ambassador? What is next? What is next? After the book, we know we're launched. You've launched the book. It's doing well. The academy is doing good. What next? Don't anything that you want to share with us that you're planning to do?
Absolutely. You can see, obviously, I'm somebody who wants to give back to the community.
Yeah,
I'm somebody who is a product of, let me call it grace, kind of, because it wouldn't be everyone that God has given such opportunity to
yeah,
come out from your shelf and become whosoever you are.
yeah,
So one of the things I always looking forward is there are such talent embedded in these people. How
yeah.
can I harness them? So I will go for talent hunt. I'll be going for talent hunt state by state. Yes. I
I
will
love
create
that.
a reality program where we
What?
harness the talent from them. Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
can Dialogue with Hera help you with showcasing all of that, whatever? I would love to. I
De-
would love
def- def-
you find
Definitely, I can do.
any talent, we bring them here, let them talk. I will donate 1 week for you every month to bring your talent and talk to show off.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
So we'll harness such talent. We'll
Yeah.
look at who has this, who has that. We want to build the next Elon Musk from the north.
Yes. Yes. It's
We have them,
possible too. It
but
is.
they have not been exposed to the environment that we're teaching them such. So
No.
when we keep them in a particular flat with everything that it needs, like a reality show, we will harness every details of what we have
Yes.
so that we
Yes.
can tell the world that
Yeah.
this person knows what to do.
Yeah.
Obviously, it might interest you to note there's this guy in my degree that was able to convert the bus
I
into a
saw that.
solar.
It actually was shared on our platform. Oh, did you
So,
see the man that even was this old man that
yes,
somebody
from Gombe.
yeah, from Gombe. I think we
Yeah,
need
that is converting water.
to do something about
So,
him. Yeah.
yes, these are some of the people we need to bring because there are other people that have such opportunity, but they are not exposed and the environment has not given them the opportunity to do that.
So
So
true.
we'll do that.
So
Then is a continuous life. Like I said, we want to have innovation hub around so that when you feel depressed, that's when we need you.
yeah.
When you feel lonely, that's when we need you. Come to us. Come and relax. Look at yourself. Calm yourself down. Look at the beauty in you. Everything about you is wonderful. We will tell you that life has beauty in you that we need to harness. Come and show us. Come and tell us. Because a lot of these people have such, but they are afraid.
Yeah.
Who would hold them? And just like other businesses, that's the third one that we intend to do, like the mentorship. Please and please, no matter what it is, that just like the way we are doing in RC, we give you starter pack after the training
Yeah.
because the training is paramount. When
Yes.
you don't train person and you give the person money, that's what we are having in
Yeah.
politicians.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They
No.
will come with the things that the community does not need:
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
water boreholes,
Mm-hmm.
machines, water tank,
How
all the
many of
stuff,
us are we gonna have?
bicycles. people don't need them.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you the gospel to the moment you hand them those things, the next thing you see is they are selling it at the backyard.
But also the one that I love now is what Benue
Yeah,
had done. I love
yeah,
what Benue had done.
yeah,
Doing the one with the traders,
yeah,
giving them capital. Look at that young
yeah.
girl with her vegetables. Isn't
Yes,
it amazing? Like,
amazing.
this is what you were just talking about. 10,000, is it 20,000 naira? The girl is now, her business is blooming. And it's like, that's what we need. Like, give it, like what you said, finding out what their talents are, giving them something to improve and do better and make a living from that talent is what is
Simple.
needed,
That's what is needed. So that is what we intend to do, and we will move with it. We will
Yeah.
ensure that we will do both online and on-site training for
Yeah.
people to discover their talent, to know that something in them is being needed by the world, so that they can leverage on it and make fortune from it. And guess what? Each time you empower one person, it's 5 people you're empowering.
And
Minimum.
guess what? I have good news for you. I have
Thank you.
a friend who has an app and he's trying to promote it called Be Free. And he is partnered with MTN. So they can actually sponsor your contestant. I'm going to connect you with them when we are done. They're actually
Yeah.
looking for what you're trying to do. They also
Yeah.
have the Be Free TV. They're having it in on YouTube, and
Yeah.
they will be doing sponsoring programs. So who knows? Maybe you'll be part of their first one to air in their thing, since they're going to do it internet. They have
Oh, I'm so happy.
a communication company, Be Free, in Ghana, and now they are trying to
Wow.
do the app and also trying to do the Be Free TV. And they
Yeah.
actually, I think I posted it a few months ago. I asked
Okay.
them to share it on Axie. I definitely
Okay.
will connect you with them and see
All
how
right. Thank you.
it will help with your contest. It's
Yes.
very, very exciting. I mean, it's
Honestly.
going to be great. And like young people, all you need to do is to show them
Yeah.
that what they're doing is appreciated, and they're
Yeah.
going to be on those whole social media. That's it.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
changed their mindset, and they're
Yeah.
now focused on what you will make them create a positive impact in them. And that is also
Absolutely.
thinking like skills should be, because you see, our people don't respect skills. They think like it's a labor job. But immediately we start doing, like, if the government can endorse it, give them
Yeah.
business card with a little uniform with a badge. That's it.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to
That's
be
all.
skilled. Yeah.
True.
Because that's the
True.
mentality of our people. If you don't have that uniform with a business card, that is not it.
It's not in business.
Oh, wow.
And
Well, this
truly, that is good.
has been such a great. We are past our time. We can
Oh my God.
not even stop. That's how amazing this been. I'm so happy for you, sir. And thank
Thank
you
you so
so
much.
much for everything that you do in support of humanity. And I definitely keep my copy, because I am coming. When I come, I need them. I'm gonna read it actually before, maybe on my plane going to, because it's not a lot
Good,
of
good.
pages. I see that it's
No,
not a
it's
lot of
not.
pages, right? So
No,
I
my
can.
professor, my professor advised me that way. He said people don't like to read nowadays. So
Yeah,
what you need to do is to ensure you give them a nugget so
yeah,
that they can now begin to room it like a cow,
yeah.
begin to room it
No,
all the time so that they could
I
see
love
it.
that it's
Yeah.
not 200 or 300
No,
pages.
no, no,
Because nobody
no.
wants to
That's the
read that,
target.
especially when it comes
That's it.
to what you're trying to sell, the traits. They want
Yes.
something they will flip through and learn quickly and see how they can go. But really, honestly, the few pages I looked through, I was amazed. And also your posts on Facebook that I'm following are really very, very much captivating. And I think that it will make a huge a difference in and people lives, not just the youth, even adults like us that wants to run our own business or are running our own business. Because even if you're running a business, if you don't have the experience, there's time that you get hit so hard that you get dizzy, you don't even know what to do next, and you need
Absolutely.
you need that kind of guide to help you kind of rebuild yourself and move on. So thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, and all the best in
Thank you.
and then until I see you on the platform.
Absolutely, definitely. It's quite a pleasure being here, and thank you for such opportunity
No,
to showcase what we have and what we can do to
thank
help our community. Because each time we help one, we're helping the community,
yes,
and that's what we are in for.
yes,
Because someday it will be history. We won't
yeah,
be alive any longer. But
yeah,
what do you leave as legacy that lives
yeah,
after you is all that
exactly,
matters. Because a
exactly,
lot of people don't believe that there's going to be death waiting for you at the corner.
yeah. And if you don't have anything positive left behind, you're gone for good, you
You're
know.
gone. You're
But at
gone.
least
You're
if you leave
gone.
something positive, there's someone to pray for you. Maybe some of your mistakes
Absolutely.
will be washed out because of that, you know.
Oh, thank
Like
you
I
so
said,
much. Thank you for having me.
it's been a really pleasure having you. Thank you so much, and all the best in everything that you plan to do. And
Thank
once again,
you.
thank you so much.
It's okay. Looking forward to the better days ahead.
Thank,
Thanks.
thank you, sir.
It's a
Thank you.
pleasure. It's a
Thank you.
pleasure.
All
All
right,
right.
Dialogue with Khuraira fans. I hope to see you next week. I promise I'm not gonna stay this long anymore. No, I will be back with more interesting guests. Thank you so much and have a wonderful night. Bye now.